Foley here, and today I'm starting a project that I've been meaning to do for a while. I know I still haven't finished my refit, my model of the 350 scale refit, but I'll get to that. It's daunting. But today we're going to start a new project that we're going to finish first. Kind of get me back in the swing of things. It's not really a model per se, but it's this bad boy. The Mega BLOKS, basically 350 scale Enterprise. Got this thing on a really good deal on Amazon a few years ago now, and figured it's about time I build it. I saw somebody else building one online and thought it's time for me to do this. So got the model bench cleared off downstairs, wearing my TOS Enterprise shirt. They say this takes about 5.5 hours of build time. We'll see about that. I might have to spread it over a couple days, obviously, but I thought, why not wear the shirt? Got that behind me as well. It's the same thing. And of course, all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by behind me. So what a great way to start. Let's go downstairs and put it on the bench. And for anybody wondering, when it's finished, it should be about this size. This is the 350 scale at about 32 inches long. So we'll compare it to that size and that ship when it's done. But let's get right into it. Alright guys, so we're going to crack into the box now. It's a beautifully done box. It's one I'm going to have to definitely keep. As you guys can see, it's got the nice artwork in there. A huge ass instruction manual, like just huge. Thing is going to have to be built in segments for sure. The nacelle is also light up. I've also got this bad boy in the other room, the Klingon D7. I actually believe I've done a video on that, but there she is. That over there, because we're going to need that for sure. Very cool representation of the ship here on top. These are just different boxes full of parts. Put the Enterprise on from the front and on the side, and top and bottom. So 2 separate boxes. Out and put down there. Then this, which is a very pretty box. This is one that's definitely going to be kept in the box collection, even though I really don't have room for such things. But we're going to put that to the side and see what we can do in regards to building this bad boy. So stay tuned, we'll get there. And as it turns out, guys, the first thing we're going to do is the stand. So we're going to build the stand, get it all done separately, and then we will go from there and just tackle this beast. It is going to take a while, I think. There are a lot of pieces, so bear with me, guys. So guys, one of the first things I got to complain about is that none of these bags are numbered at all. You kind of got to guess which bag is for which one. I'm not even sure that this isn't the only bag that I need here, so I got to go through the other ones and find the bag. So that's a real pain in the ass. They should have numbered the bags so you can know where to start. But anyway, so that's one of the first things I got to point out, that this is just not perfect. This isn't Lego by any means. This is Mega BLOKS. So anyway, there you have it. Alright, so I think I found all the pieces I need. I'm not 100% sure yet, so I'm going to open this up, start building, and we'll go from there. So, stay tuned. Not only that, but the pieces are spread over multiple bags for just this one page. Multiple bags in both of the boxes. I don't know why you just wouldn't put all the pieces for the base in one bag, or just box labeled number 1 for the first half of the instruction manual and box labeled number 2 for the second half of the instruction manual. I've had to search for these black parts like for the past couple minutes. Finally found them, and this is just going to be a nightmare. I can just tell. I can just tell already. I just started. So I'm not super happy about that, but you know, it is what it is. I'm just going to put the Foley class over here for now. Move this instruction booklet up so I have some more working room. But this is just awful. So far I've got this part done, and it's already taken me quite a few minutes because I had to find these pieces, and these pieces were in separate bags, and so were these. So I mean, why? Why, for the love of God, would you do that? This is going to be a frustrating process, and I'm going to show you everything that's wrong with it as we go, and hopefully I'll be happy with the results when we're done. So anyway, I'm going to keep moving on. Keep trucking. Alright guys, so I got this part done. This is this 2 pages, the first 2 pages. It's huge. This is a huge stand, way bigger than I anticipated. There is a problem here as well. It says 2 of these small skinny pieces. I don't have any left because there was only 2. It doesn't show you where to put them, but they actually go like right there. It shows... It doesn't show where they go, but they go there, just so you guys know. That's the only place that would make sense, fills in that gap, and yeah, so the instructions are already faulty, so I'm kind of worried about how this is going to progress. But I mean, I'm fairly confident I can get it together. It's just going to be a pain in the ass. So, like I said, each step of the way I'm going to let you guys know how it goes. So, and onward to page 3 and 4. Oh, look at this. This is just lovely. Alright, see you soon. Okay, now I'm just annoyed because I had to find these pieces for this one, as well as there's these little triangle pieces. And guess what? They're in 2 separate bags that you have to search for. And you have to have a keen eye. Now, I understand that the instructions say to separate the bags all first and have them sorted, kind of thing. That's not really going to work for me. I really don't have anywhere to put them. I want to keep them in the bags as much as I can, and then keep them in the boxes, try to sort them as I go. But really, like, and not only that, but those pieces and that piece are again in separate bags. I'm not even sure I've actually found the other piece. It doesn't look like I have. So the search continues, guys. I'm going to look for those last 2 pieces. So guess what, guys? Got to page 4. Needed these pieces. And I need to open 2 more effing bags. For this, 1 bag for this. And I still have to find these 2. They're like a little one, like a 2-piece one, but with things on the side as well. So, not happy. I'm going to go on another hunt. But the way they did this was piss poor. I don't know who designed this fucking thing, but it's awful already, and I'm worried about when I get into the ship that I'm going to miss something. The base is pretty basic, pardon the pun, but one thing I got to give them kudos for is their plaque is beautiful. Nicely weathered, USS Enterprise. It's going to go there somewhere, I betcha. But Yeah, so I pulled that out when I saw it. So great. So now I got to go find those pieces and continue on with this. So, fun. The fun never ends. So it's like literally 15 minutes later. I'm still looking for those two pieces. But this is the stupidity I'm talking about. Look at this bag. See all the yellow and, you know, triangular pieces? Look at there. There's a little tricorder, a communicator, if you can see that, and a phaser in this bag. Why aren't they with, oh, I don't know, the figures in the figure bags? Like, how moronic are these people to do this? Like, I don't understand. But anyway, let's continue. No wonder it takes 5 hours, 6 hours build time, because you spend more than half that looking for shit. Alright, finally found those two pieces. They were in a bag with engine parts for some damn reason. And there was just two plastic pieces in the bag. So anyway, got this far on this so far, and get to step number 15. Asked for these two, which is fine. It came with all the black ones, and then two shorter ones that are just like 2 spaces shorter, which of course aren't in here. They're in another bag, so I gotta go look for those. So really happy about this so far. They're really going good. Good job, Mega BLOKS. And I just hit my camera. Sorry. There we go. So, yeah. Rage! There we go, guys. Success. Look at this. Finally, there's a little spot for Kirk and Spock to stand on. A little bit more hunting, especially for these hinged pieces. And a few other little things. These were a pain in the ass to find. There's a particular piece here that it's a clear piece but has 2 prongs off of it. It was hard to find. But there you go, the base is done. Now it's on to step 2, and that is, of course, the ship. Looks like we're doing the secondary hull first, then the saucer, then the nacelles. So we're going to get to that, and I'm going to rip my hair out yet again. So here we go, guys. Wish me luck. But looks pretty good. Alright guys, I made quite a bit of progress on the secondary hull. I'm going to be calling it quits soon, for today anyway. But yeah, opened multiple damn bags to find these pieces, so I'm not exactly happy about that, but I am going on to step 21 there. So yeah, here it's coming along. Interestingly, I don't know why they have all the different colors, but whatever. We just would have been better to have bags full of the same size bricks and just do it that way, but nope, they got to make it difficult. Assorted bricks in each bag. It's just stupid, beyond stupid. So anyway guys, there you have it. It's underway, and we'll wrap it up soon, I'm sure. Don't know how long this is going to take, but anyway, I got a live to do in 20 minutes. We're going to be talking about our favorite sci-fi and pop culture geek references, things that grew up with Samuel and myself. So join us for that if, well, maybe you have joined us for that, because that'll definitely be after this will be released after that. Yeah, that's what I said. So anyways guys, I will talk to you soon. I hate this ship. I love the ship, but I hate this model. This is an awfully designed model. Hey there guys, back for day 2 of this. I'm going to get to work. I'm starting on this page, step 24, and hopefully everything goes good. I've got kind of a system over here now. Got a box. Use one of my Star Trek mission crate boxes to kind of line up the bags I've been using. So hopefully this will go well, and we can move ahead pretty quickly today. At least that's the dream. Alright, I'll see you guys in a second or two. Alright, so maybe 10 minutes later, and I've got the secondary hull started, at least the outside layers. Got the windows there. This was actually pretty easy to find these pieces now. Now that I got most of the bags open, I kind of have an idea of what's in what. So it's getting a little bit quicker, and hopefully it goes smoothly from this point on. These look odd, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so we got this far. Got the struts on. Starting to look like a secondary hull. You got windows. Got the bottom of the shuttle bay there. These pieces, these yellow ones, I think are just temporary, they said. So it can basically stand for now. I'm missing one piece here. It's a 8 across, but a thin gray, light gray piece. I can't find it anywhere in any of the bags. Could just be I'm overlooking it. Could be the only piece like that, and I just can't find it right now. So yeah, I don't know what to suggest as far as that goes, but anywho, that's where we stand, and it's coming along. It's getting there. It's getting there. Okay guys, here we go. This is the one side all done up. As you can see, this is nice and smooth. The way they want you to do it is this. They want you to have this and then a raised part for some reason that pops the pinstriping out, which looks remarkably stupid. So I'm just taking that piece that's underneath this piece out. I'm going to do that over here as well, as you'll see in a second here. Taking off Lego without nails is a bit of a bitch, but that went pretty smooth. So I'm just gonna do it nice and flush, and then it goes nice and flush there. There's no structural reason for that to be different, and it looks better just a single line. It doesn't look right the way they had it. Matter of fact, it looked really stupid. So I'm just going with that. So in a second, all this will be on there. So this other side will look like this side here, and this side's pretty much finished up, as you can see. So sometimes I break the rules. Breaking the law, breaking the law. There's that place where I couldn't find the piece, but it gets covered up by that anyway, and it's not really a structural piece. If anything, mine will be a little bit lighter than most of the other Enterprises out there, because I'm missing that 1/8 long piece that I couldn't find for the life of me. So not a huge deal. I'm willing to make things like that, you know, make choices like that on the fly to kind of keep going. So yeah, that's where we stand with this. It'll look it's already looking very much like a secondary hull. Got the shuttle bay at the back there, and soon we're gonna have the front part on, and I'll show you that part. So there you go guys. Okay, a few hours later, and I've got a gun. As you can see, it's the neck piece for the ship, and apparently I just loaded in here like a clip of some sort. I mean, that's the plan. It's all the way down at the bottom. Come on. Not exactly going as planned. There we go. Come on. Still got to seat a little bit there. So yeah, this isn't exactly fun times, egotastic or otherwise. Yeah, there we go. There, now it's snapped in. Now this seats into the base, which I just have my base up there. So like so. Now this slides in there. And there you got the beginnings of the rest of the project. The sausage is going to be a hard part, so are the nacelles, but that's okay. All these pieces, these were the yellow pieces that were temporary pieces. They've all come off now. It's all rounded off at the bottom of the secondary hull. As you can see, it's all round and smooth. So there we go. So moving along now. Moving along. Well guys, time to start the next step here. There's a beautiful shot of the ship here. And shows you what we've done, what we're going to do. Next up is the saucer. And not looking forward to this, but here we are. And here's the ship so far. I got the deflector on there now. And it's looking pretty good actually. I do love the base. But yeah, there you have it. Coming along well. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I'm gonna go compare it to the 350 scale upstairs as well at some point to see what the size is like. This is pretty much a 350 scale from what I'm seeing, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, moving along. It's saucer time, baby. Well guys, day 3 of the build, and I've built this beautiful platter. This is a nice pizza serving tray, as you can see. Yeah, still not even halfway through the book. Almost halfway, I guess. But we're working on the saucer today. It's been a lot easier now that the pieces are thinning out a lot. We're getting a lot more, or a lot less pieces in the bag, so it's easier to find out which piece is where. So now I'm just moving on to this step where we're building up this saucer section here, and I gotta say this is pretty impressive size wise. This is very much 350 scale. I will do a comparison with the 350 Enterprise when it's all built, but I'm really enjoying the build so far, and it's very sturdy. I like the way this is constructed. They did a fantastic job. Of course there are little complaints and things that I have during the build, but overall I'm very impressed and looking forward to getting this progressed along. So I'm going to start working again, and we'll give you another update when I have one. Alright guys, it's about an hour later and I've got the whole edge of the saucer done. As you can see, there's the windows there. There's the 3 front circles on the ship, and the rest of the edging is done. So just trudging along now. It's like big pieces which are easy to find, so this should be pretty quick. And yeah, there you go. So see ya in a second. Well guys, about another hour or so of work, and we've got NCC 1701. You got the little lab windows, the white spots. Got these back here, which you can't see. There we go. The yellows. You got the running lights. There's green and red. So, it's coming along. Coming along. Just going to build the bridge module and the BC deck, and then we're going to flip it over and finish the bottom, I guess. But yeah, so it's coming along nicely, looking good. Very impressed with it. So, yay! Probably worth pointing out at this stage too. Got like a little man there. See his little antenna, his arms, his feet. Little alien. Okay, just did a Trekyards live talking about episode 4 of season 2 of Discovery, and once I finished that, I just finished up these last few steps on this part. So we've got the USS Enterprise here now, and a support structure in there, but the next step is to flip it over. I get to finish the bottom of it, and it's getting there, guys. It is getting there. Okay guys, working on the bottom. I got the eyebrows done, I got the registry done, but I noticed a mistake on the instructions. Here you see NCC 1701 facing backwards, and here NCC 1701 facing backwards. That's not how it works. On this side it faces backwards like that, the other side it faces forwards. Something I guess they didn't know about. But it faces different each side of the registry. A lot of people will probably know that, a lot of people probably don't, so I just wanted to share that. So that's how it should look. One should appear upside down. That's just how it goes. So don't know if they knew that or not, but anyway, just wanted to point that out to you guys. If you're building this, pay attention to that. Alright guys, so there's the lower part all finished. I got the planetary sensor dome. This piece wouldn't stay on. It's kind of a rubbery, flexible plastic, and I put it on and pop off, put it on and pop off. So I had to, like, a few drops of crazy glue, or modeler's glue, the CA glue here, and then give it a shot of the hardener, and it's staying on now. But that was kind of disappointing because, anyway, but there you go, you can see the angry eyebrows, and it's looking pretty good. So now I just got to finish this top part, and yeah, we'll go from there. So coming along nicely guys, having a good time doing this too, when it's not frustrating, and trust me, it's been frustrating a few times, but overall here we are. So here's the BC deck, coming out quite nicely, and just putting the finishing touches on it now, and it'll be done. That's going on there, and then it's off to the engines we go. But I'll show you the progress as soon as I finish this. Getting excited. Less bags. Okay, got it all together, one cohesive piece. Looks very nice. This top part, this last bridge section module that you have to put on, does not go on there very well at all. It doesn't fit as good as, I'd say, Lego. It took quite a bit of finessing and some pushing to get it in there. But it's finally in. The saucer's finally all done, and it's looking great. So be careful with this piece when you put it on. It just doesn't go as easily as you'd think it would. It just takes a little bit of finagling to get it on there, but it is on now, and it looks pretty good. So anyway, now it's time to move on to whatever's next. Dun dun. Oh, it's mounting it on the ship. Oh, wow. Isn't that fantastic? Alright, I got to mount it onto the secondary hull, and then I've got to build the impulse deck to put on. So we'll be back in a minute with an update. Ta-da! The marrying of the secondary hull and the saucer has been completed. As you can see, I just gotta build that impulse deck and go from there. It's actually not top heavy really, so I'm going to move it up there and yeah, then put the deck on. So there it is. This sliding in wasn't very easy. It was catching on something. Again, it takes a little bit of finessing and some finagling to get it to work, but it finally went in, and nice and sturdy now. So, but there you have it. Alright guys, so I've built myself a universal translator. Hey, how's it going? It's actually a nacelle. It's coming along nicely, I should say. There's the inner grills. That's where the strut feeds into it. That's the back, this is the front, and just going to be finishing that up. And I'm really impressed with this kit, actually, the way it goes together. Sometimes it's a little frustrating, but overall it's a pretty nice kit, so I would recommend it. So I'm going to finish this up now, and you'll see it in a second when it's finished. Check this out. It's in a cell. Even lights up and cycles through colors. How cool is that? The inner grill, all the little... That's fantastic. Yeah, you could club somebody to death with this thing. It's so sturdy. Guys, so I had these done yesterday, but I decided to finish up this video today. So there's the one nacelle and the other nacelle right there. Now these things you can club somebody to death with. They're pretty heavy and perfectly cool and acceptable. Yeah, so they also light up. So if you push them, they have a alternating glow, which is kind of neat. Now there was a few issues in building the inner part of the second one. I was running out of some of the pieces. Now I do have some extra pieces here that are left over after the build's complete. There's also those ones as well. So you do have some extras, but some other ones weren't extra. Like I had an extra one of these, as you can see, but it required one of the dark gray ones of these, which I'd ran out of. So I took a look at the instructions, saw I didn't need very many more of these, took a gamble, used it, same size. It's internal to the mechanism, so it doesn't matter. So you might be missing one or two pieces, and it gets scary when you get down to the last few in a bag, because you're not sure if you have enough. And some of the pieces I didn't. I also ran out of ones similar to this in the internal construction of the second nacelle. So instead of, let's say, them being nudged up like that, I ended up having to do something kind of like leaving a space in between. But considering there's a piece on top and a piece on the bottom, it's not going to be any big deal structurally. So not a huge deal there either. As a matter of fact, it saves some space or weight issues. Not really. A little bit of weight. One of these nacelles weighs a little less than the other one as a result. I had to do the same thing in the saucer as well, with one or two pieces that didn't quite work out properly. So what I'm going to do now is put the nacelles on it, and then we're going to compare it to the 350 scale Enterprise. So you know, it's a really cool. I'll do a better video of these lighting up and glowing, but as you can see here, looks really good. The inner detail is nice. You got the chiller grills there. All the special pieces you have the perfect amount of. That's these round parts and the markings. So that's the hardest stuff to replace if you need to. I do have a friend that works with Lego and collects a lot of Lego, so I could have requested the pieces off him. However, it would have taken too long. I was on a roll. I just wanted to go ahead with it. So you might have to alter your plans a little bit based on some of the instructions. But so yeah, next step is putting those on there like so, and that's it for the instructions. Shows you how the nacelles work. Finished product there, and then the other kits. I've already done an episode, a review, unboxing, review, and build of the Klingon D7, which I'll share at the end of this video. Fantastic kit as well. I also have the Guardian of Forever. I don't have the bridge, the transporter room, or the engineering room from Day of the Dove, but there's a beautiful shot of the Lego ship. And there's a parts breakdown, which I didn't even know was in here. I should have probably looked at this first. Made sure I had all the pieces before I started. I don't have that. That didn't come with it. But I've got all the other parts. The two phasers, communicator and tricorder, are right there. Right by Seven's finely sculpted butt. So those are there. I just don't have the strap for the tricorder. I couldn't find that at all, so not a huge deal. But so there's two figures that come with it. Oh, how to replace the batteries in the glowing blocks. And that is it for the instructions. So let's put these nacelles on the model. Alrighty guys, so it's time to mount the nacelles. We'll start with the far one. So there's the mounting hole, and it just goes on like that and slides right on. It's like all beautiful and junk. And that one too slides right on. So there it is, the Mega BLOKS Enterprise and all the extra pieces. Do it facing the wrong way. You can change whichever way you want it on the stand as well, but there's the stand with the plaque, which is really nice. Zoom in on that. It's got some weathering. There's Kirk, there's Spock in their dress uniforms, and there it is there. Let me turn this off. Some and the cells have a nice alteration between orange and red. Looks really good. So I'm going to get some better views of it in a second and better lighting compared to the 350 scale. But I just wanted to show you guys. Actually, I'm going to put this on the other way. It's got the same glow. Oh, sorry about that, guys. It's got the same brighter glow at the bottom. Yeah, that's better. But there it is. So anyway, just going to cut to the ready room and the 350 scale and this one side by side, and we'll call this video a wrap. So just one last shot of it down here on the bench before it goes upstairs. And pretty glorious. And as a bonus, look what I found. Found the little cable for the tricorder. It was on the floor. It must have fallen out as one of the first things that fell out of one of the first bags, because couldn't find it in any bag. Just as I'm damn dogs. Just as I'm sitting here now, I see it on the floor in front of me. It was right on the floor, right against my black thing from my chair. So tricorder strap found. Dun dun dun. Very cool. Well guys, here she is, all done up. See the bridge module there, some of the details on it. Going around, you got the running lights, the registry. Cells. Now, I did watch a few reviews of this, and one person was missing a whole bag of pieces, so I didn't have that issue. Like I said, I had a few small issues with the internals on on the last nacelle, because I was out of like 2 pieces. But you just spread the other ones a little farther apart so that everything still connects, and it's just a little space in there. It's not a huge deal. So I got pretty lucky with it, I think. Another review said that this bridge module piece wouldn't go on for him, so he had to like cut pieces, these little knobs off with like a knife. I had a lot of issues getting this on, but by no means was it impossible. It just required some finagling, and it finally snapped on and is absolutely beautiful. The same guy also said there's not enough support for the upper pieces in the structure. I disagree. This thing is engineered remarkably well. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't have any issues like that with it. Also, I did a modification here. As you can see, this is totally smooth. They have this piece sticking out one for some reason, which just looks insanely stupid. So I just fixed it by making it look like how it should. And also, I remember I watched my D7 Mega BLOKS Enterprise or build because I have that one as well. And I remember at the end of that, I had some extra pieces, 2 of which were these green ones. So I put a green one back there above the shuttle bay, as there should be something there. It's also lacking a red stripe along the back, which I think they could have easily done. Had it molded onto these pieces and then have like smooth ones to cover those up, but not a huge deal. Everything is printed directly onto the parts. There's no stickers on this kit, which is awesome. Everything lines up fairly well. There are a few alignment issues with some of the neck pieces on the other side. Let me just flip this around so you can see. Alright, so there we have it flipped around. You can see that one little black window at the top there, according to their instructions, is supposed to line up with the black window underneath it. So we're talking about this one right here. Should be moved over a little bit. Again, not a huge issue. Everything else looks remarkably good. One problem I did have as well, these pieces, these smooth ones, when I came to the last nacelle, I was missing one, but I had a smooth one that had a black window right in the middle of it for some reason, even though there's no real place that used them. I thought I had made a mistake on the neck and went and took a look. So it was basically like this long piece here, but it just had one black one in the middle. I thought I had made a mistake on the neck and put in a wrong piece, but I didn't. So what I had to do with these, the one that had the black one on, I just scraped the window off with one of my model building files, and so that was also a missing piece, I guess you could say. There it is there, over there. You can see where I scraped it off. It's a little bit of a different texture on the bottom one. But not a huge deal. It's on the inner part. No one's really going to ever see that. So there is that. But overall, this thing is beautiful. It's heavy. It weighs about 9.5 pounds. These light up for about 6 seconds. They have a sparkly shimmer effect to them. Although when you light them up, you can see there's a brighter piece at the bottom there, like an orange, like a square piece. Make sure it's the same on both sides, because I originally had this one flipped the other way, so it was at the top, the other one's at the bottom. It just didn't look right when they were lit up. So you don't have to worry about the batteries or anything. They only last about 6 seconds when you fire them up. So what I'm going to do now, though, is bring out the 350 scale, put it beside it, and see how they compare. So let's take a look at these two together. Another thing I want to point out is the way it's facing on the stand. It's obviously not the same as it was in the instruction manual, which had it facing the other way. But you can pick which way you want it. Don't feel like you're locked into a specific one. And I'll show you what I mean here. You can lift it out. There is this section that we built to build into the stand. It also goes all the way up to the saucer. So you can use it like a handle if you really want, even though this thing's heavy. Oops, the cell fell off. But you just turn it around, slip it in, and there you go. You got it facing the other way now. So you can have it whichever way you want, display-wise. Either one works. Either one's easy to accomplish. It does slide in nice and smooth. I had seen one person that built it, I think it was Aussie Lego Reviews. They didn't push the neck in far enough. The neck actually didn't go far enough into the secondary hull. It was sticking up like that far. So the saucer was like here on the nacelles, like way too high. It just looked kind of dumb. It does take a little work to get it in there, as you guys saw when I put mine in. You do have to wiggle it and kind of make sure it goes in, but anybody that's a Star Trek fan that really knows this ship knows how this neck looks, and he didn't know, obviously, because at the front, yeah, it was about that far from clicking into the secondary hull properly, so it was just too high overall, and that would have affected the stability of the base as well, for it going into the base there. So just something I wanted to bring to your attention, so that you guys know, and hopefully these little tips and tricks will help you out when you build your own. But definitely a cool build, and yeah, some really cool features. These also just pop off should you want to. Like I said, you can you can use them as a prop in a fan film. It looks like a hyper spanner or a universal translator. You just put it this way. The Gorn is very powerful, but he's very slow. I am Kirk, and I am better. You know, it looks like a universal translator. So you can use it as a prop if you want. You can also take it apart if you need to store it in a smaller space, perhaps. The saucer will slide off as well. It's not locked on to that thing in here. There's actually two little blue pegs that this kind of slides into and locks on. All you gotta do is take the impulse deck unit off, and then you can slide this off as well should you want to. Might make storing it easier. But yeah, just to... Oh, and the only issue I did have with it that nobody else mentioned in their reviews is the bottom lower planetary sensor dome, how it's like a very rubbery kind of plastic, and it wouldn't stay on. I put it on, it would pop off. So I had to use like a drop or two of CA glue. But you saw that in the build, so I just wanted to reiterate that. So now I think it's time to put it side by side with the 350 round 2. See if my suspicions were correct. See if it in fact actually is the same size as the 350. And it's time to do a side-by-side comparison. I think it'll be fun. Alright guys, as you can see here it is with the 350 Polar Lights kit. Pretty on par as far as size goes. I think it's actually pretty impressive. This is kind of like I would say a poor man's 350, but not really, because I got this one on an amazing Amazon deal. It was like $99 Canadian, so I scooped it up like 2 summers ago. Glad I did, because I looked it up now on Amazon. It's like $222 US. So, but there you can see the two of them together. So it is 350 scale. So if you do want a 350 scale Enterprise, and you can get the Mega BLOKS one, I would say go ahead and do that. So there's the polar lights, and then right beside it here is the Mega BLOKS. And I do highly recommend the Mega BLOKS. It's really nice. Hopefully you don't have any issues like missing parts or anything like a lot of people have. Now Spock here comes with the tricorder and the phaser. He's got his hands in the classic Vulcan salute. And you got Kirk here with a communicator and a phaser. And then the plaque, of course, which is really cool. It is on that swivel, so it can swivel down. I don't know why you'd want to, but there you go. So there it is, guys. It is a beautiful thing, for sure. And I had always suspected it was the same size as the 350 Polar Lights Enterprise. And it most certainly is. The saucer's a little bit bigger in diameter. The nacelles are roughly the same length, but the Mega BLOKS ones are much beefed up. And the secondary hull is again a lot beefed up, but that being said, the engineering that went into this thing is absolutely amazing. There were a few fit issues with some of the bricks, and my fingers did get sore pushing them into place on the saucer section. And I also, interestingly enough, found out why they don't number their bags. Apparently Lego has a patent or copyright on numbering the bags for their kits. So Mega BLOKS can't do that, but they should maybe do pictures or letters or something as a way, or just write secondary hull on a bag and have all the pieces for that in there. Even if they're in individual baggies within that bag, I think that would be the way to go. But so Mega BLOKS, I think, does need some improving, but as far as technical issues go with the model, no real complaints, because it is very well engineered, very well thought out. And just a great piece overall. And yeah, the addition of that little dome piece, which there was nothing there originally, I think is a huge improvement, because there is one, of course, above this shuttle bay. Right there. That one, when it lights up, is green. But it's got three little smaller lights inside. A yellow, a red, and a white. Or is it a green? I can't remember. So just adding that one little piece, if you have the D7, where is it? Is a huge improvement, in my opinion. Very subtle, but very much kind of like a nice finishing touch. I wish this didn't raise up like that. I tried to see if I could fix that somehow, but you can't really with the construction under there. So that's fine. That's not a huge issue. Is it worth the money? Yes. It's also worth your patience. If you can do it, build it. It's worth it. Took me about 6 or 7 hours over the course of like 4 days. It's working on a few hours each day, and it gets frustrating at times. It's hard to follow the instructions sometimes, and finding pieces is a real pain unless you sort them all first, which I'd probably recommend, but I didn't do that. I searched through the bags for them, so that added a lot of time to the build. But I think it'd be a much faster build if you had everything organized piecewise. But there you have it, guys. And just to end it off, with the extra pieces that I had, I built myself a little Section 31 type ship. I just threw all these pieces together last night into some kind of ship form. Not great, I know, but those are all the random pieces I had. I still have 2 or 3 left downstairs that I couldn't add to this, so here they are here. But some great shots of it in the book here. There's the D7 as well. The D7 I've done an unboxing, review, and build of. I will have it as one of the links at the end of this video so you can go check it out. But these instructions are really well done. I just wish they had put all of this where it tells you how many pieces of each you have at the beginning of the book, because I didn't look at the back of the book when I started, so I didn't know to count the pieces and make sure I had enough. But it's a beautiful shot. And then the other kits, like I said, I don't have the bridge, I don't have engineering, I don't have the transporter room, but I do have the D7, and I do have the City on the Edge of Forever, which is just right here, which I've also done a video on. So yeah, there it is, guys. But anyway, I'm going to call that a wrap. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the build or anything, please let me know in the comments. I'll try to address them and hopefully help you out with your build when you decide to start it. I know a lot of people have said they've got it, they just haven't started building it yet because it's going to take a lot of time. I can honestly say it doesn't take too much time, and it's definitely worth it. Once you have it done, it's a beautiful display piece. So alright guys, thank you for watching, and as always, please like the video, subscribe to the channels, and check out the D7 build as well if you're interested. Love to hear your thoughts and comments on that one as well. So until next time guys, I'm Captain Foley. Bye-bye.